We are here to talk about Star Wars stuff and the most recent episode of Mandalorian.
Correct, we are.
Woo! And Snoke just lost his Santa
Snoke
hat.
just lost his Santa hat.
That's the third time tonight. Snoke, you're worse than me at a Christmas party.
Alright, perfect. We got voice. Alright, sorry everybody, we're good.
You're just checking everything.
So, this is the Damascus Steel podcast.
Yes.
First episode of Mando Mondays, where we cover all things Mandalorian from the previous Friday.
Or Star Wars that has happened within the last week.
General Star Wars related
Stuff. Whereas this past weekend was Star Wars weekend, and it marathoned almost all the movies almost in order, except they began with Solo.
They did begin with Solo, and I don't think there's like an official... He fits somewhere in there, definitely not where they placed it.
No. But we were grateful to watch the whole thing.
I was pretty excited for Star Wars weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, TNT.
And it was a rainy week. Yeah,
it was a perfect day for it. It was a rainy New England day. Cold.
Mm-hmm.
Just like space.
Where nobody can hear you scream.
They showed Rogue One repeatedly, which we were talking about is probably the most well-liked of all the new movies.
That's Mads Mikkelsen in it.
It did have Mads Mikkelsen in it. Like, everybody at work was like, that's a great movie. Like, no real complaints about that one. Bridge the Gap, a nice thing. Standalone story. You kind of knew nobody was making it in that one because they didn't get mentioned before or since.
Nope.
Still a good movie.
Yes.
And you're waiting all movie for that lightsaber battle you know isn't going to happen. And then Vader shows up. Oh, no, needless to say, this will contain some spoilers for Mandalorian, so do not watch if you have not seen the latest episode.
Watch the latest episode first and then come back to us.
Please watch the latest episode.
Yes, please.
Speaking of the latest episode, Boba Fett, right here, my man.
This guy.
He tore
Boba
some
Fett
things
shirt
up.
Somewhere?
I do. I have a Boba Fett shirt.
Maybe we should wear it next weekend.
The Slave One showed up. I got quite excited. Morgan did not even recognize it at first.
I was not that much of a Star Wars nerd growing up. He was.
And he rocked that gaffy stick. He was just messing up stormtroopers left and right.
I mean, dude, I would.
I'm curious as to, if he's using that, how long was he on, like, in the sands of Tatooine, you know what I mean?
I know.
He's clearly all scarred from the Sarlacc pit. His head's all messed up. And I kind of thought that his head was like the shade of green of the helmet. Like the helmet kind of melted into his skin almost.
No, that's different rates of decomp and scar tissue.
Okay. Well, I was just curious because I know one of the Legends books mentioned that.
I studied forensics growing up, so I know this stuff.
Boba Fett forensics. Boba forensics. So Boba Fett showed up. A character who I did not even remember. That's how important they were in season 1.
I remember her. She was in the same episode as Boba Fett. Not Boba Fett. The Mando. Sorry, I get them confused. Mando is on... I realized today that was Tatooine. He had to get his ship fixed and to get extra money to pay the lady to fix his ship.
Yeah.
He took this bounty hunter job. She was the bounty. And then there was this young kid. She was the bounty.
Oh,
I told you.
That's who that was. All right.
She was left for dead.
That makes sense, yeah, because they showed her in the preview, and Boba Fett patched her up. Okay. All right. Much more sense now. She was all right. The star of the episode was clearly Boba Fett.
No. The star of the episode was Baby Yoda. Grogu.
Always.
And Mando.
And Mando.
Listen,
Mando dropped his jetpack, and he did not pick it back up, and that really bothered me.
Don't hit the table too hard. You'll remind me of the Snoke.
Supreme Santa Snoke. Yeah, that really bothered me. He didn't have his jetpack. Like, I don't know why he did. I would just grab it. Just grab it real quick. You know? He tried to push through that giant force barrier, and that wasn't working. I think he tried 2 or 3 more times, and I was like, all right, how crazy, how insane are we getting here? Because he's just going to keep trying it. And it wasn't working.
So, Baby Yoda, Grogu, whoever you know him as, the child, he...
That guy.
Yeah, that little dude. He is starting to understand the Force and whatnot, and he had, like, this little force field meditation thing that I wish I could have.
Listen, understand it. He was whipping stormtroopers around like freaking ragdolls. Like ragdoll.
More than my cat whips around his.
Alright, pure speculation. I think he might be evil. I think he might turn to the dark side.
Dude, that would be so anticlimactic. No.
Ahsoka already saw it.
No.
He's
potential.
choked out people before.
Okay, but
he needs to be trained.
Disney is showing that evil does not always stay evil. With Kylo Ren, aka Ben Solo, with Rey, who she was. Spoiler.
Rey kind of stayed through the middle there.
Spoiler. Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter.
Oh wow! It's not even a Mando show. Spoiling the movies. Sure. If you haven't seen the movies by now, you should probably check them out.
Yeah. But yeah, so Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter, which makes me question who had sex with Emperor Palpatine to produce children.
And then who had sex with his offspring?
No, his offspring looked.
So he's her grandfather.
Yeah. Her father was what's his face's son, Palpatine's son.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Back to the jetpack. Why didn't he grab his jetpack?
And then so it showed Boba Fett's ship, and then Mando's ship got blown up.
Yeah, good thing Boba Fett was smart enough to go grab his armor. I saw him running for it, and I was like, "Ooh, he's just gonna take it. He's not gonna wait for it."
But
because there was nothing left.
Yeah.
Except Beskar spear.
But then he got in the last episode from the people who wanted Ahsoka dead.
Yeah, he got it.
Spoiler: if you did not know, this is what we talk about.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. She was like the Queen Empress. Ahsoka was like trying to stop her.
Yeah, we don't. She was.
So we've already seen that spear can battle lightsabers.
It's Beskar.
I want to see it battle Moff Gideon's darksaber.
Oh, by the way, what's his name? Giancarlo Esposito, the guy who played Moff Gideon, who also played Gus Fring in Breaking Bad.
Delicious chicken.
He is actually like one of the nicest people in real life, but he plays villains.
Cold, calculating villains so well.
He just has that resting bitch face.
So, more speculation onto the Mandalorian leading into how the Empire resurfaced. Moff Gideon's ship looked like a Star Destroyer, and they commented that was an Imperial ship, and they didn't understand why it was there.
Yeah, because the Empire should not be around at that time.
Yeah, it would be the Death Star just got blown up. It was after Return of the Jedi, so it'd be the Resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of the Resistance, Bill Burr made another little cameo. Just got mentioned.
Mm-hmm. His character, at least. And so did What's-Her-Face, the other bounty hunter that helped Boba Fett with the village. Not Boba Fett, Mandalorian. Sorry, I'm gonna get the names confused, so yeah.
That's a dynamic duo right there, though, the Mandalorian and Boba Fett. They're just... The stormtroopers ran away.
I would. I mean, dude.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, crazy droids take Grogu.
The Terminators. The Terminators.
So...
Arnold.
Remember when they're assessing the lady with the Beskar spear? There's like Boba Fett's talking about who she has, and he says she's got somebody hired for her and 2 assassin droids.
Yes.
I think those things
are the assassin droids.
Might be the assassin droids, but I also read that. Oh wow, I'm drawing a blank on his name now. Darth Revan, who was a character from Knights of the Old Republic.
He read almost all the Star Wars books.
I've read quite a few, which are now legends and not canon anyway.
Doesn't matter.
But they're leading into Darth Revan making an appearance in the next movie, and I guess Darth Revan in one of the books originally created the original assassin droid, like the 47, and she had assassin droid HK-87s.
Cool. So
a little bit of nerdism, but
another little bit of nerdism.
There's another reason I brought up Darth Revan though. Oh yeah, just the assassin droid.
Yeah. So the guy who does the voice acting for Darth Maul in Clone Wars. Did also the voice for Darth Maul in the Solo movie at the end of that. Spoiler. We spoil all of Star Wars.
Every Star Wars. If you haven't watched them, you probably shouldn't be watching this.
Yes. But yeah. He was also in. He also played a vampire at some point, but.
Who's this?
Sam Witwer, the voice of.
Oh,
Darth
yeah,
Maul.
the voice.
Yeah, so he was the voice.
Yeah, Ray Park won't be.
Unfortunately. But I think that they could. If it was a young Darth Maul.
Oh, he was also Toad in the original X-Men movie. Ray Park.
Are we talking about Ray Parker Jr., who did Ghostbusters theme?
I don't think so. His name's just Ray Park.
Maybe that's his son.
I said he was trained with the staff in the X-Men scene where Storm electrocutes him. He kicks a railing up and spins it around.
That's awesome.
But,
that's awesome.
That's not Star Wars related.
That's not Star Wars related.
Yeah, so we came high off a Star Wars weekend, Star Wars marathon weekend.
Yes.
We just finished the latest episode of The Mandalorian.
Yes.
As you can see, and now we're talking about it.
Evidently. But yeah.
I'm pretty excited. I'm sad that I gotta wait till Friday for more. How many episodes are in this season?
I don't know. They had like 8 last time.
Let's look that up. How many episodes are we in?
I don't know.
I think that might have been episode 6. Season 2. Let's see.
Snoke is also a bobblehead, which is why in Baby Yoda is not.
Okay, yep. There's going to be 8
is.
episodes. And that was episode 6.
So we have 2 more. And then we're going to do the...
And the climax is going to be Boba Fett and Mando and Bill Burr.
He's gaining all of his people.
Breaking...
Moff Gideon's Darksaber.
Breaking Baby Yoda out of...
Breaking Bad.
Those tiny little shackles.
Then it left!
Yeah,
And then it ended! What the hell?
Where do you even get shackles that size? Baby Yoda size shackles.
Ewoks.
True. Empires enslaving races of all sizes.
I want to see Baby Yoda and make friends with a baby Ewok.
I want to see him meet more Jedi and see more of his.
Yes, but I would also love for him to start speaking at some time, and to hear the first words.
Do you expect him to have a Yoda accent?
No, not necessarily.
I wouldn't think he would either.
No.
He seemed to be more receptive to his name when Mando kept saying it in the beginning of the episode.
And then he started when he was gurgling afterwards, when after Moff Gideon shackled him, he was making sounds.
Yeah.
So almost like how babies start, when they're toddlers and they start speaking, they start making sounds.
I did appreciate that Mando was able to salvage the little silver ball, Baby Yoda's little silver ball from the wreckage.
Yeah.
He lost his ship though. That had to hurt. That thing just got blown.
After all everything the show has been through with that ship, he'll probably commandeer another one.
I like that they're going into talking more about Jango Fett and such too, because he had a very short part in the original movie.
Yeah, only one movie.
Attack of the Clones. But
yeah, so Boba Fett mentioned where he got his armor from and how it belonged to his father.
He got Mando to
admit he's a clone.
He got Mando to admit that he owned it. He deserved it.
Well, sometimes when you need to take back something from someone, you have to prove ownership. It's 9/10 of the law.
He proved it.
Yep.
Oh man, we're at 14 minutes here.
Mhm.
Anything else you want to add?
This is the first podcast for Damascus Steel. We are going to be podcasting live and talk about things in general.
Correct.
On Thursday.
Correct. So this is our first episode of Mando Mondays, but the regular Damascus Steel podcast will come out every Thursdays, 8 o'clock, talking about life and everything, anything and everything you want to talk. More nerdy stuff.
If we want to have people on, we will have people on. If we don't, then we won't.
Jump in the chat. Tell us what you want to see. Ask some questions.
Talk about anything you want.
Like our Facebook. Follow our Twitter. Share our Instagram. And just adore us.
Yes, please.
Well, until the next episode of Mando, everybody. Hopefully Baby Yoda stays safe.
Yes.
Say goodnight, Morgan.
Good night, Morgan.